cut my head. Let's make some kinetic typography. What's up, Das? How are you? I am doing this, yes. I'm making some kinetic typography. Little bit of cool stuff here. Yep. Yep. How's everybody doing? And then we're gonna rotate it to make it, should be around here somewhere. Just do all these. Yeah, 90 degrees. People are here. Let me make this a little smaller. Put it over here, hit R. Change the orientation to 90 degrees. Make it even smaller. Let's use motion. Speed the process up a little bit. Hey Quinn, I'm gonna try to start live streaming around on every Sunday. Trying to get a consistent stream schedule setting up. I'm still working on some like tech related issues to make the streaming more fun and easier. Um, but yeah, probably every Sunday. and maybe sometime midweek, maybe a Wednesday or something, depending on everyone. I'm probably gonna put a poll out through my website or something that people can actually sign up and like vote on which days are best. And what would I make? It's a good question. I kind of leave it up to the community to decide. So on my website, there's a contact page, and Das Vidania has done it a lot, where they send me, a suggestion. Like they'll send me a YouTube video or some cool effect that I can break down and figure out. Because half the time I'm not sure what I should make or anything, but I'll show you guys real quick. On my website, there's a contact page, and people just drop in like a YouTube video, and we'll look at it on the live stream, and we'll figure out the effect and figure out how to make it. And that's why we I mean, Sundays is kind of a good day for some people. I know Sunday football right now. But it's Saturday too, because I went to the University of South Carolina, so I'm from the SEC. So Saturday's a big football day as well. So, and Friday, nobody wants to sit and learn stuff on Friday. They're all out doing stuff. And then, so maybe like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and on Sunday. So maybe I want to do it, like get to where I'm doing it like 3 days a week. And I have a gaming channel that I'd like to stream to occasionally. Still working on some computer stuff to make that happen better. But because it's like mind-numbing streaming, you can just stream and play and not think about anything. It's kind of nice. But I'm thinking once my stream schedule is consistent and really good, and I've made more time for it through work and stuff, it'll either be Wednesday, Thursdays, or Sundays, or all three. Oh yeah, it'll be uploaded. Yeah. It will be on the channel. But I figured I'd just do some kinetic typography stuff. I was working on a project for one of my clients this past week, and kinetic typography was the name of the game. Yeah, but after the stream is done, it automatically uploads to YouTube. So, easy. Works out. Okay, back to the thing. So I'm making some kinetic typography. It's going to go up, it's going to turn, and it's going to show that. I'm just making this the perfect size. If I put the anchor point in the bottom corner, if I zoom in a little bit more with my camera, zoom, 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 zoom. And move it over just a little bit. Use this one down here. This is the X, I think. Yeah, look at there. Zoom in a hair more. The Z is this one. Grab this. Thank you, Quentin. I appreciate that. I like making these videos. They're fun. I plan to make some different stuff here and there. I do a lot of tutorial content, but I like doing film tech content too. I just don't got enough tech to review right now. I did get a new gadget, though, that I'm really pumped about. It's for recording voiceovers for like in-studio content. Instead of using like a Zoom recorder or something, I'll show it to you. It's sitting on my desk. But I see these on people's desks all the time, like big YouTubers and stuff, and they have like a studio tour. They always have one of these sitting on their desk. Oh yeah, that's pretty funny. That was a little thing I was doing. This thing right here. What is this? It is really, really useful when you're recording a podcast or doing studio recordings for voiceovers. My current mic is just plugged in through a USB, so I don't need to use this. But this turns any microphone into a USB microphone, and it has dual inputs. It's a really, really handy tool. I'm thinking about when my giveaways get a little more popular, and we have a couple more subscribers than we do now, I'll be giving away stuff like this all the time, like actual, like useful tech that you can use for making videos, which will be great. Oh yeah, I should do that. I should do a movie poster out of somebody in the stream. That'd be hilarious. I just do it live. I literally can make these things And real quick, so like right here, what he's talking about. These are all my work buddies, everybody that I work with. My buddy Taylor. It was like I was stalking his Facebook, and made this sweet magician poster. We even thought about actually like making a trailer for the movie just for fun. Not actually making a movie or anything, but just making the trailer for the fake movie. I think that'd be hilarious. And then there's a bunch of stuff. I was just making them for everybody. Like my friend Ben, he's just in a kung fu movie, and you can see the kung fu person in his eyes. Now, if you see the original image, it doesn't look anything like this. And these are all just pictures I just found on Facebook. Super simple. Another Logitech giveaway. I don't know. We're currently working on the MX Master Mouse giveaway, which is pretty cool. And the guy that won the original Logitech mouse, he got the mouse. It was really awesome. Back to Kinetic Typography. Okay, so it goes up like this, then swoops in like that. And we just grab these keyframes, we make them cool and dynamic, and it'll look like this. It's getting there. And what else I would do is I would hit T on my keyboard, make this opacity 100%, and then about right here, it goes from 0. So when it's back here, it zooms in. I want it to appear pretty quickly, actually, be like 100% right there. So it looks like it's tiny, like as soon as it moves in, you can see it. Woo! Woo! Yeah, I don't know why I thought when you said Logitech, I always think MX Master. I forget that Logitech actually makes it. It's kind of ridiculous, I know. My bad. Looks good. Then what we could do is we could pre-compose all of this. Actually, you know what? Before we finish this, I want to actually make it disappear. So grab my camera. If you want to share effect, what are we talking about? What's going on? Then we could pre-compose all of this. Pre-comp 1. CC motion blur. No. Force motion blur. There we go. Time. Drop it on here. Let that play out. Takes a lot longer to render when you put motion blur on stuff. But Oh yeah, no, it is a good mouse. I don't use the MX Master, but I've heard a lot of good things. That's why I chose it. And somebody questioned, why didn't you choose this mouse in the first place? And I was like, I don't know. I just kind of chose the one that I use. This is the one that I use, the G502. It works, gets the job done, and I enjoy it. It's a little cheaper too. And yeah, it's nice. So, kinetic typography. It's actually really easy. If this is what we want to learn about. You just create type, and you put a camera inside of your composition, and you just move the camera around. And you can make all kinds of crazy looking stuff. Now, there's a lot of different ways to make it, and a lot of, different techniques into making something cool. But that's the gist of it, for sure. I'm expecting DOS to email me some examples here soon. I can look at my old stuff. So, if we go back in time, look through my email, and lower third examples. Somebody sent across a Philip Defranco lower thirds styled. How do you make the Philly Defranco lower thirds? Because he's a really, really well-known YouTuber. I just watched it. Looks pretty easy. I'm going to make Philip Defranco lower thirds now. Philly L3 as in lower thirds. 60 frames per second, 1920 by 1080p. Duration, 10 seconds. Let's make it exactly 10 seconds because little OCD. Whoa. So, his lower thirds fall down and go over, and it's repeated on the other side that don't do anything. So, if I find the exact point in time that it happens, that'll be it right there. If we look, when it plays out right here, two little lines go down and they go across. So, two little lines, that one goes left, that one goes right. We can make that. So, thank you. I appreciate that. So, first part is a little line that does this. It's kind of like this. We'll throw the anchor point in the center somewhere. Make sure it gets put on. I don't know, the center's fine. And actually, you know what? It looks like it came down from the bottom, so we'll put it down right there. Right there. Make it yellow because his was yellow. Should have the fill options somewhere. Where's my fill options for my shape? Nope. Let's use fill. I like using fill. Change this shape to yellow. We'll use fill for a reason. Philly Defranco. And this goes down and over. All right, so really simple. I think what I'm gonna do though is use a null. Always like using null objects for this kind of stuff. Parent this shape to the null. Grab the null, hit P on our keyboard. It's gonna start here. It's gonna go to here. It's gonna sit for, no time, and then it's gonna fly out this way. So if we play this back, it's gonna go, ooh. Nice. And I'm using a plugin called Motion to make my keyframes animate a lot easier. It's a little motion plugin. Just play with this and my keyframes all of a sudden look awesome. Just like that. Alright. Next is we're going to use the scale option to make this scale. S on our keyboard. It's going to be scaled to 100% from here. Unlock the scale option. Go back in time. And make it down to 0. We're also going to... Is it just computer low? Is just my voice just like normally low? Maybe I should turn my own stream on and listen to it. You guys got to tell me this kind of stuff. My voice is just naturally low. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's been a long weekend. I could talk in a much higher voice if that makes everybody feel better. Cool. Then it goes down like that. Boom. There's that part. Alright. Nice, nice. Now we need the other one that is the smaller version, which is pretty simple. I'm trying to think of a cool way to do this without it being too confusing. I know how I would do it. We just make a whole new shape. It's fine. But I don't wanna. You know, let's try this. Command C V this stuff. Alright. Call this null 3. Shape layer 2 be tagged to null 3. Now if we take null 3 and scale it down, makes it a lot smaller, right? Okay. Okay, cool with that. Better idea. Delete that. Forget what I just did. That doesn't even need to be there. What we're going to do is actually go ahead and make the whole thing for this. And we're just going to make all of it. And I'm going to show you something really cool to make the bottom part that doesn't even mean anything. And if anybody's wondering, if you just jumped in, we're making the Philip Defranco lower thirds that he has in all of his videos. Really simple, actually. What we're going to do is go to right here. Grab a shape. Yeah, we could just use this shape. Duplicate it right here. No null. Move it over. Hold shift so it's the exact same size. Hit scale. And just like, you know. It's gonna start right here. Right? The actual anchor point is going to be right here. We can turn this off. And we can scale it all the way to there with our left. Look at that. Keep going. After Effects froze. Don't freeze on me, After Effects. Why you do this? Change the color. Let's make it purple. Keep scaling, keep scaling. Alright, like right there is totally fine. So it's going to go like that. And make it 0 on this side. So when it scales out, click U on our keyboard. If we highlight all the keyframes and actually just do it like that, it should just follow it. Oh, it needs to finish at the exact same time. Duh. That's why. And it'll do that. It'll look like it's being revealed, but it's not. Starts a little earlier. Needs to start right here. Boom. 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 Alright, cool, cool, cool. This color's freaking me out. Let's make it like a nice gray for now. Next, what we'll do is we'll type some text out. As always, Philly the lower thirds. Pretty sure that's what it looked like. I mean, it's not the same font, obviously. But, let's see. Back up in time. Shoom. Cool. Except one portion I did kind of mess up on. Is it comes from the bottom. It doesn't come from the top. The beginning point should be at on the bottom. Be right there. So it's like that. Right? Okay, and then what we're going to do is take this text, bring it to the bottom. Excuse me. Bring it above shape layer 2, Command D shape layer 2, and then put this under shape layer 3, it was the new shape layer. Use our track matte to alpha matte shape layer 3. So it only shows right there. And then what we can do is actually highlight all this, go to our character, change it to thin, light. And then we're going to, yeah, sure, that's fine. We'll just make it really big. Put the anchor point right there. Just like that. Click P on our keyboard. Let's make a null. New, null. I always null these things. Call it text null. No, not that. Put it above here. Text null. Thanks, Vap. Appreciate that. And this will be dependent on this text null. So it's going to end up right, hit P on your keyboard, right here. So click U so we can see everything. This is where it ends. And it's going to start from over here. So, see how it like moves in? It moves in a lot more than that, I think. Give it a little umph with our keyframe operator thingy. So, boom. It's probably a little longer than that. This one's pretty quick. And then, the last part is this yellow goes to the left and covers it all up. Click U. Let's actually show all these keyframes and just like stretch everything out a little bit longer. And then it goes up to here. It holds for however long it holds. Just keyframe, 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 keyframe. And then it goes down in time this smaller shape. Let's put the anchor point right here. Scale. Keyframe it. Wait, it starts here. Boom. Yeah, it's going to keyframe from out from here. Danny, what's up? And it's going to scale out this way. All the way to here. It's going to cover everything up. Pretty sure it does. Let me refer back to that video and I'll find out. What's up, you beautiful? It goes out and in. Okay. Goes just like this. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Waits a little longer than that. Thank you for complimenting my work. Liam? Is it Liam, I think? Yeah, this stuff is pretty simple after a while. I mean, you do it so much, you like learn how to reverse engineer these effects in your head and just kind of figure it out on the fly. And now what we need is to make this scale down on itself. So the left comes out and looks smaller. Pretty sure that's exactly what it did. Which I know how to do it. I would normally do it with a mask. Like that. It goes out like that. Sweet. I know a way to do it. We will duplicate this shape. Put none on here because it just needs to be here. This is going to alpha track matte shape 4. No, we don't want that exactly. We could just use a mask. I think a mask will work just fine. Yeah, we'll just use a mask. See how this works. Double click or right click, mask, new mask, exactly that size. Go back here. Just like that. Boom. It's going to go out. And this is where the mask comes in handy. Go to mask, mask path. It's going to start here. And by here, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. I wanted to finish first, so we're going to actually put this down. Like that. Cool. And the only thing that this shape needs to do, this shape and this shape, is just to scale themselves down to right here. Just take the scale, take this back down to 0. 0. 0. Oop, there's a little line. It's because the mask is showing. I think at this point the shape can be turned off. So it just disappears. Fit. a lyric video for your band, is it normal to end with 120 layers? Well, if you think about it, each lyric could potentially be a text layer, and assuming that there's more than 120 words in your lyrics, yep, like you could have monumental amounts of layers inside of After Effects. But with a little bit of project management, you could like organize the layers in such a way and hide certain ones that you don't need to see more than once, to make it really clean. So basically what I could do in this project really quick is hide some of these layers. So what I'm going to do is right click new null to create like I'll call it the master null. And everything that is parented, we shall parent. So this is going to be parented to this, and this one should be parented to null 3, or this null right here, text null. And if I'm not mistaken, that should cover everything, because it's all, oh, got another shape. So this shape layer 2 on the very bottom needs to be also parented to the master null. So everything should move with it. And one thing left, shape layer 3, this one needs to be parented to the master null. So we've created a null object that, you can move one thing and it moves the entire project because everything's parented below it. So it goes like that, just like that. And then what we could do after that is actually, this shape is important, this bottom shape is important, and Philly D is important. Then we just highlight this other stuff, highlight these nulls, and we lock them, and then we click this little button right here, and what it does is hides the layers. And once the layers are hidden, you have a more organized project with the important shapes you need. So this shape layer, let's make this I don't know, blue, just like fill, then boom. Now, if you want to edit everything, obviously you need to unhide your stuff to make sure everything's editable. Click a U, and this right here is pretty quick, so I'm actually going to drag this out a little bit. Make sure this layer goes to the end of its mask. What's great about a master null is I can actually scale this down a hair so my shapes actually show up. Just like that. And yeah, I've made the Philly D lower thirds. And I think one more thing I'd do to this to make it, ooh, that looks weird. Oh yeah, because I didn't see, that's what happens. U, my keyboard, highlight everything, click U. This needs to be right there as well. A little bit longer than that. Grab this. Keyframe's a little more awesome. And this should be it. Swoosh. And as we can remember in the original video, he also has another one that pops up down here that is like the exact same thing but kind of reversed. I think I can make that pretty quick. So hide all your layers, right click, pre-compose, call this top third. And let's go ahead and see what it looks like with CC motion blur. So CC force motion blur. Boom. The motion blur looks really nice. Then it's going to do that. I I think the ending's a little jaggy. Doesn't look that great. Are you talking about my screen shaking? Or how would you... Hey, Guido. Oh, it's midnight? Where are you at? And are you talking about my screen shaking? It's just the RAM previews being weird. Or how would I create screen shake inside of After Effects? Oh, a screen shake effect. Pretty simple. I'll do it here in a minute. Give me a minute before we finish this, and I'll go over it. It's a really simple effect. It's the same effect I used inside of the Stranger Things lower third template to make the text effect. Oh, Italy. Okay. I'm in New York right now, so it's only 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. But if I jump back to our original video that DOS had suggested a while back, it's going in. It looks kind of janky like that, I guess. Zoom. It's all slower though. All of his stuff is slower. So, boom. Ooh, not that. Boom. Not that. Boom. This waits a little longer. It goes away a little quicker. That looks good. Boom, it goes out like that. Now, I'm going to duplicate this. You know, Guido, because we were talking about earlier like a good solid stream schedule, and I think, you know, I might start doing it like 2 to 3 days a week, and each one of those days I start at a different time to accommodate for the time differences for different people. So, Das, I was going over a video you submitted through my website, the Philly Defranco lower thirds that you showed. It's pretty straightforward, not too crazy. I think once I make it, finish making it, I'll throw it up on my website as a free project file everybody can download because it's so simple. How does that sound? Or like make it really, really cheap and do a promo code to make it free, and everybody in the stream can get it for free. How's that sound? Fine. How does that sound? Sound good? I think that sounds fair. Okay, so we're going to duplicate this in such a way that we can, you know, duplicate it. We can rotate it 90 degrees or 180 degrees, and it'll be a lot smaller and be like down here, like that, and then go away on its own. So, in our project, here it is. It's called Top Third. We need to go to Window, True Comp Duplicator. So this is a plugin that you can get. Why you do this? That's pretty funny. I like that promo code. Everybody write that down and subscribe to the newsletter, because I will email this project file out for my store and use the promo code why you do this. Why you do this to download it for free. How's that sound? Is everybody cool with that? But anyways, I'm using this plugin called True Comp Duplicator, You can get it for free online, or it's like pay what you want for it, which is really awesome. So you can drop whatever you want on it to help the people who made it out. But it duplicates your compositions and everything inside of that composition. So it's a great way to quickly duplicate a comp. So the problem is, like, if I normally duplicate this top third composition and put it into here and think that I can, like, jump in and make it smaller and use it somewhere else into both things. And I go into here and I actually, like, change the text. It changes the text in both. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, never mind. I'm totally wrong. Oh, it's multiple compositions. So that's funny. But anyways, if you duplicate this composition and there's other pre-comps inside of this, the problem is when you duplicate it, it doesn't duplicate the pre-compositions inside of a composition, so you can be left with a really confusing project file. So Window True Comp Duplicator, or True Comp Duplicator plugin, you can download it for free online somewhere. Just Google it. It's really easy to find. It'll smartly duplicate your compositions. It's really awesome. But in this case, we don't need to, because there's only one composition, so it copies everything inside of it the right way, which is great. That actually helps us out a lot. So, oh, Das, I have an idea. I think you would like this, because our last project file that we gave away for free with the promo code Kitten Tacos that was made up, I'm thinking about making t-shirts that are based on the promo codes. So we're going to have a Kitten Taco t-shirt, and we're going to have a Why You Do This t-shirt. And every time we release a project file and we create a promo code for it, we are going to make a t-shirt for the promo code, because it's so dumb. I just want to make a t-shirt with a head of a kitten inside of a taco, and everybody will understand it. It's an inside joke. That's kind of our thing. How do I move the pre-comp after I finish designing it? So, because this is a pre-comp, it's like a folder with the layers all inside. You can move it around really easily. Now, if I double click inside, here's all the stuff inside of that pre-comp. Consider it like a shell, something that, like, holds everything inside of it, so you can move it around. Now, top third 2, let's call this bottom third. Drag our bottom third into here. And what we'll do is put it right here, and we'll scale it down to about right there. Hit R on our keyboard, rotation, do 180 degrees, and do that. But now, double click in the bottom third, right click, pre-compose, Philly D lower thirds. Let's call it text comp. And what we'll do is hit R on our keyboard, rotate 180 degrees, and move it around to, like, right there. And it should be tracked matte on shape layer 3, so like that. And also should be nulled or applied to our text null. Reapply it to our text null because the pre-comp lost it. And then boom. Move this over a little bit. Now if we go back to our Philly L lower third, it should be back to normal. Look at there. Why is it not showing up? Oh. I pre-composed too much stuff. That's why. Don't do that. Bottom third. Pre-compose. Text comp. I took both stuff. Weird. I think it's because it's parented. So if we don't parent it, and you turn the node track matte, pre-compose, sweet, that should work fine. Pre-compose, text comp, Khalid, you can send a URL for an example through my submission page on my website. So, really simple. Go to my website, www.maxwellridgeway.com, right here. Just go to contact, and this is the easiest way to send a link in the YouTube channel, because I know in the chat box it doesn't allow you to send links for some reason. It's really annoying. It's like an automatic spam filter. So yeah, just send it through here. You know, put your name, email, it doesn't matter, too much information, and I'll get it really quickly, and I can pull it up on the live chat. I've been working with After Effects since college. I started using it like, I want to say like my end of my sophomore year of college, which I graduated college in 2013, so I don't know. It's what, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16? Yeah, like 4.5 years maybe. Something like that. I think I saw that, DOS, yeah. I want to say I did see it. Let's see. But back to this. So this has got to go into here. Right click, pre-compose, Philly D lower thirds, text comp. Let's do it text comp 2. We're doing it twice. We will track matte, alpha track matte layer 3, and pre-compose it to text null. So it does that. Zoom. And then what we'll do is hit R on our keyboard, rotation. Let's do it 90 degrees. Actually, but before we do that, let's jump into here and actually grab this little gadget right here. It's called, this little button right here, it's called region of interest. Drag a box around this. Then composition, crop to region of interest, just like that, bottom third. And there that is. Hit rotation 180 degrees. So it's like that. Double click, we can change this. Call this bottom composition. Make this bold because it looks better when it's all bold. Philly L3, bottom composition. Boom. And bam shabam. Let's go into Philly lower thirds right here. Let's unparent this null. Pre-compose. Let's call it text comp 1. That should be it. Oh, it wants to take the shape. It's weird. Let's do no track matte. Pre-compose text comp 1. And now we can track matte it and parent it to the text null again, so it actually follows the right stuff. Then jump into this. Let's do our region of interest one more time because it just makes the compositions look nicer. I don't know, instead of having this giant composition to play around with. Cropped region of interest. It's a lot prettier. So when you jump in and you're editing this, it's actually a lot easier to see. Top third. Let's move this back up here. Philly L3. And now we can actually, let's make this a little smaller. Put it like right there. Looks pretty cool. It goes out a little later, so we'll move it down, put it under it. Change the color to lavender for no reason at all. Or fuchsia. Fuchsia, yeah, pink. Green, because that's cool. And play it. For, you know, crop to the region of interest for me, is just a way to change my composition size without actually changing my composition size. So if you jump into here, text comp, and I go to, you know, composition settings, I can change this to 1920 by 1080, and boom, it's back to the normal size. Now if I use this little region of interest, basically what this would do is if there's other stuff, you know, if there's a lot of things happening on this, edit, redo, region of interest, if there's more than one thing on this composition, I can, you know, show the region of interest. So if there's like, there's a bunch of effects here everywhere that's really annoying, like there's a shape here, turn this off, there's another shape here, there's a shape here, there's a shape here, shape there, and I'm editing and it's really hard to see my edit. I can use region of interest to actually hide everything else but what I'm looking at. Really simple. Now, region of interest also lets you, you know, crop to the region of interest, which is really great. So you can make this a little bigger. That's like that. Composition, crop to region of interest. Or you can go into composition settings and actually to manually type something in to make it smaller. But I do it that way because it's a lot quicker. Right there. Fairly low thirds. If I'm not mistaken, his bottom one looked a lot smaller. It was like thinner. Not thinner, but like, yeah, it's a lot shorter. See how it's like a lot shorter? That's actually really easily fixed, but it's like, it's made perfectly for his name. It's like Philly D, at Philly D. So if somebody else's name is a lot longer, it's going to be a little different. So I think this one's like a little bit better right now. So if I wanted to change this to like, you know, at Maxwell Ridgeway, so we could change, you know, we can make this like medium or regular, or, you know, vice versa. I think making this like right here bold, and making this a little thinner, making Ridgeway a little thicker, or make it bold. Bold's cool. See how it fits? But what I think I could do is create a controller that actually lets you scale this in a neat way. So it's actually smaller if you need it to be smaller. How you would do it right now is all the shape stuff. You have to really, really edit this thing a lot to make it smaller. Like the master null technically could work. Something like that, but it makes this shape smaller, which is what you don't want. You have to manually make it smaller, which is kind of annoying. But it's not impossible by any means. Yep. I think I might start using this in every single video. Like I'll just put like the title of what I'm making, which would be a little more work, but hey, whatever. I'm okay with that life. Or I could just do like, what could the top say? Why would do this? Okay, so DOS. I made the text upside down is because I duplicated the top third right here. I duplicated this one right here. So Command D, duplicated it, and put it right here. Now, in the original Philly D lower thirds, there's a smaller one that comes out from the opposite side that comes down from the top and comes out right here and goes out that way. So what I did was I duplicated the top composition. I made it upside down, 180 degrees on rotation, and I made it smaller. But the problem is it makes our text upside down. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go into this composition and I'll just make the text upside down. So I'll make this text 180 degrees. So in the new one, the smaller version will be flipped again in 180 degrees in the final composition, but the text will be flipped back over to normal. Make sense? And now we've run into that problem as if we duplicate a composition. You know, if we go to top third, Command CV, top third 2, put it in here, and we go right here, and we try to change this text, mux. It changes both of these texts, and we only want the top third 2 that we just duplicated in our project panel to be changed. So the way to duplicate your composition is to, where's this? Yeah, here. Use True Comp Duplicator to duplicate your composition. Yeah, basically a mirror to make that happen. So that's how you make Philly D lower thirds. I didn't explain it very well, I don't think. I think I might actually do an actual tutorial on this because I like it. But this is a good subject to be covered. And I know, Doss, you sent some stuff over. Let's take a look. Oh, Khalid sent something. Nice. Checking my email, Khalid. Thanks. So you're wondering how to make the parallax stuff you see on Envato, Video Hive, and all that stuff. They're not the most difficult thing in the world to make, but it's just really, really time consuming. It would take like a long time to make. And now the other one is a slideshow. Motion array, is this like a... This looks pretty straightforward. So whenever I see like a line right here, something like this, a line, it's just a composition that's being duplicated on itself. And there's a mask on every single one of those compositions. It creates this little neat parallax effect. And then what it looks like is there's a camera movement on all of these. I could definitely make this. What's this thing cost? Look at that monthly stuff. Yeah, this isn't that difficult. It just takes a long time to make. I think I might save that for another day and actually like do some research and actually go ahead and make a project file that I can give out to everybody and then show everybody how to make it. I think that would be more fair than me just like riffing it. Sweet. So what I'll do is I'll work on making this Philly D a fully downloadable template for everybody. Why you do this was our promo code. So you'll get the email, you'll get the stuff to download this. But I'm going to sign off for now, go work on some other stuff. I'm going to make a couple videos to put on the channel. But this is a nice little live stream for, how long are we doing it now? Hour and 5 minutes, not too bad. But as always, guys, thanks. I'll catch you next time. I'm gonna start streaming more and more, and hopefully I can put out a consistent stream schedule soon to make everybody, everybody that's in Italy to be able to join in, not at midnight at night. So, as always, guys, enjoyed it. Thank you, and catch you next time.